Good morning everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me, lovely to have you here. So today I am going to start the videos making another one of these beautiful grungy masterboard journals. So I'm still working on this one in the background, so I've tied it round since you last saw it with some, it's not royal, is it? What? Anyway, it's wedding dress underskirt, whatever that is made of. Net. It's some kind of net, I think. Yeah, just hacked, literally hacked from a wedding dress. Not the one I've got on my door waiting to cut up, at the previous one. So, yeah. If you want to see a flip through, it's on the previous video to this one. But for those of you who have found this first and are staying, kind of what it looks like. So the one I'm going to be making starting today on camera is going to be much bigger and I think I've decided I'm going to put it on rings. I have thought of another binding as well, so there might be another one on its way probably, but we'll do the really big one on rings first. So I have here all these pieces of masterboard, either bits left over from that one I've just made, or you know, some sitting around, also some franken paper. So this is what all the bits looked like before, you know, I stitched them and put holes in them and put them together. So it's really freeing that you don't have to square up all your edges and what have you. So yeah, lots of them there. Great big one here on some wallpaper. But what I still have, and so I can show anybody who might be new here, what I still have is a pile that don't have any backs on them. Do you? You do. No, you don't. You three do. So they were done on a wallpaper border, roll of wallpaper border. So they're backed. That doesn't mean I won't put more. I might put book page and things like that on them as well. But I've got some here that are just on the actual book page that they were created on, the book. So I'm just going to use those as a backdrop really for one, because I'm only going to do one, and then you know, the rest I will do off camera. A lot of you have seen collaging. I know some of you like to watch it, and I often, in fact I might even reinstate my Masterboard Monday videos once I've used all these masterboards up to, you know, rebuild the stock again. So all I've got here is a pile of scraps. Oops, there actually bits cut off, the old ones. Yeah, nothing very interesting, but you'll see as I stick them down. And all I'm going to do is literally stick them down with Scotch. It's glue. What is it? What kind of glue is it? Stick. It's glue stick is what it is. And then once it's dried, I go over them with usually distressed medium, because I like the feel of this, but Mod Podge would do, or just watered down white PVC, anything just to give them a little bit of a protection, I guess. Keep them there. That's not what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. And you know what? It's been a long time since I've collaged, so this is going to be fun. So you can probably see from my previous ones that I do literally just put any scraps I've got. So be it brilliant, colourful parts of digital mixed with book page, mixed with wallpaper. You know, there's no rhyme or reason. Now this is a pile of more sort of book page and plain-ish. It's nearly all book page and music, to be honest with you. I keep going from side to side, don't I? Just because that's the kind of bits I picked out for the backing. And I may well, when they're dry, let's start with a couple of big pieces. Oh, it's got some lovely gold on that side. I may or may not, I don't know, I haven't decided yet on these. I decide at the time. I may put some embellishments, that's it. I kept wanting to say ephemera, but yeah, I may put some embellishment pieces you know, on the top. I don't know, we'll see. Got a lot of book page going on. Oh, lovely picture. A house at Castle Donington. Oh, and it's lovely on that side as well. Oh, decisions. I do like that picture though, so let's go with that, especially when you gesso over the top, which I probably will as well. I love a picture with gesso around it. So the gesso it softens everything, and it also leaves you able to, you know, write with certain pens on top of everything as well. I got a cloth. Sure, I had one. I have. I always end up sticky when I do this. Right, those ends are curled up, but I'm going to cover them over, so that's not a problem. So you can do great big pieces. So I'll put that. Yep, I think for ease I shall just do some big pieces on this one, because what I'll do is I'll stop the video when I've done this one and leave it to dry, because as you can see I've got plenty more there. Oh, have I got 2 pages here? I don't know. I've got plenty more there ready to go for my next. Yeah, there's 2 pages there. My next journal that I'm about to make, so we'll go on and do that rather than make it a collage in video. Okay, so I've got a bit of a gap there. Some colourful paper. I've not got much, but yeah. Well, excuse me, I'm about to cough. It's definitely a change of season massively here now in the UK. The nights are cool, pretty cool, and we've just had like 12 hours of torrential rain. I've had real trouble with Simba wanting to go out but refusing to go out. Yeah, I've sat up well about 11:30 last night because it just would not stop. It didn't stop all day, and he, you know, he hung on all day. And then at night time, when it was bedtime, he still hadn't been. So Neil's reminded me we had some cat litter and the tray still in the shed from when we first got him. And I have tried him on it once before. I tried him last winter when it was really bad and he wouldn't go in it, but it was clearly desperate to go. So I went and brought that in. Got soaked in the process, and you know, he went in the tray once or twice, but he wouldn't actually go. He walked in it and then got out again, as if to say, excuse me, no, I don't do that anymore, because he was an indoor cat when we rehomed him. So, you know, he used to do it all the time at one point, but bless him, since he's been allowed to go outside, I said to Neil, actually, I don't know how he goes on at the cattery, because one of the places, it goes to 2 separate ones. One of them, he doesn't have an outside space, so he must go in the cat litter tray. So I'm thinking, bless him, he must be really desperate before he does, which is a bit sad, isn't it? Any cats I've had before, previously, would go in a litter tray if, you know, if you brought one in, which I only did on occasions, you know. Oh, look at that. Like last night when it was just impossible to go out, even for 30 seconds. You know, to empty the bladders, but he really is not. He looks like he would rather hold it and be in pain than do that, which he did. It about 11:30, it didn't stop, but it did slow down a little bit, and yeah, he ventured out. He wasn't out long, but long enough just to do a wee, I think. Yeah, that's a nice piece. So I've only got one small piece there to cover because I did big pieces, which is always good. Let's not waste any because we've plenty more to do. So I think, yeah, while this is starting to dry, I shall go and get my cup of tea. Neil's only been gone to work half an hour, and like I say, the streets are not really aired yet. It's a bit cool and damp, and looks like the sun might come out, but and then I'll come back and film the rest. I've got a busy day ahead of me this afternoon. We are having a new carpet in a few days, and I, in my wisdom, decided to just freshen up the lounge paintwork. See, these are the bits that most people would throw away, but actually, not most people, some people, they really can make make a piece beautiful. Just had a piece through there showing, so yeah, that's going to look really nice with some... How did I stick you in there with some gesso on it for writing? Okay, I should be back in a millisecond. So here I am back 10 days later. Yes, 10 days has passed. So yes, I went off downstairs to do some help Neil move some furniture about and to do some painting and things like that, and I over the course of 2 days did myself quite a lot of damage. So yeah, I pulled my back, I pulled my hip. I feel like I had a touch of a cold as well, because I was hot and cold, and anyway, the whole 10 days, it's taken me 10 days to get back to me, but I'm back. So yeah, I'll pick this project up where I left it, and sorry for the absence. It means you haven't had a video for a while, but such is life, such is life. So I didn't get much done on the boards that I previously doing. I still need to back the rest of them, so I probably will, like I was saying, make those the Monday masterboard videos and just back them during that. So, but I've got all these, the piles that I was showing you not long ago. So I think because I've got quite a few this size, I might use these. I'll do some biggish ones. Yeah, I might use them this size and make the bigger ones kind of these sizes. So what, they're A5, aren't they? Do we want it A5? Maybe slightly under. So these are all fine. So this one needs, now I'll tear, I think, some by hand and some with a tear ruler. So I'm just going to go this way with this one, I think. Doesn't really matter which way up the images are for this. Didn't do it in a straight line, look. Just trying to put those separate. This one got fabric on it now, so yeah, I think I prefer them. Now some of these have been Mod Podged, distress mediumed, if you like. Yeah, I much prefer the tear, I think. You can always glue things on there once it's in. Yeah, I quite like the tear. Some have, like I say, and some haven't. I'm going to put all these, so I use them all up in this one journal, and then as I add ephemera and things to it, it will be reasonably chunky. Where are my rings? Because I've only got two. Here they are. Yeah, so I'm going to put these rings on it, and I've got a hole punch so that I don't have to keep measuring the size between the rings. If I use this, it's a set distance between the rings. So might do this one, so a smaller, thinner one like that, and then maybe, yeah, trim this one round. Don't want it that wide. Yeah, leave it that wide. So that's one of those little pieces that I had left over, we'll use for something. Yep, so then I'm creating different sizes. Okay, so this is a what is it? It's like Franken paper. Now I am going to stitch on these before I put them together, which will, you know, those that are not Mod Podged on, the stitching will help. And actually, if you have some more plainer ones, once it's a book, you know, once it's bound, you can go in as you're working on it. I'll just put that one in as is. I might have to tear that down, just so it doesn't go through the, you know, the holes don't go through it. Yeah, and you know, just put some less. I mean, I've got lots of very full-on ones, but you can put some less than full-on ones in, and then, you know, stick papers in as you're working on it. I don't know if I said that twice because I stopped myself halfway through. Like this one. So this one's just got wallpaper on the back. You can see I've somehow creased it down the middle. So let's use that crease to tear it that way. And I think I'm going to have 3 this way out of this side. One torn like that one. Torn like that. Don't just pull the whole thing off there. But you know, it just gives these scrummy edges. And then this one, I'm just going to take a strip off here, I think, so that it's a different size. Oops, that can be used for something else. And then if I do this one in half, then, yeah, they're quite nice. Now I could use that as a front and the back if I wanted, and put a know, like a topper on it, couldn't I? I might actually, might make that the front and back. And then I'm just going to randomly add these. They're fairly random at the minute anyway, but let's just do that. And then I can decide, right, I wanted those kind of the other way. Although why, I don't know, I might turn some round in a minute. Oh, that's it, so you're going to be the front. So that's the basis. It's going to be nice. Actually, I might need bigger rings on it, but we'll start with those. So that's going to be the basis of my journal. So just want them somewhere near. Do I want that scrappy one? You see, I'll turn that one round because it's got the neater edge. Yeah. Don't mind either way with that one. That's two Franken papers together, so I'll leave that onto one side for a minute. Can't decide. It's half the fun, isn't it, deciding where you put in your pages. So I must say, it fills me with joy just looking at these papers. It's got a bit of a boring edge on it, that. I'm thinking some fancy scissors. Bear with me, see if I can find them. I got over there and I thought, gosh, did I press play? I did, right. What do I want? I'm getting a bit old these now, so I don't know how. I don't want to be too pretty with it. Just a bit of an interesting hacked at edge. That piece can go in the bin. There we go. Another piece of I have that one that way because of that neat edge. It's a nice chunky piece. Yeah, I want some bigger ones. I was tempted to cut that down, but I do want some bigger ones. Shiny. We go with some. Let's put that Franken paper in there then. I mean, they may not stay like this because I've got to sew them, and there's quite a lot to sew, isn't there? So. It's a big one as well. I think I might want some off you. See if I can do a neater edge down this side. This is the one that the holes are going in. Yeah, it's nice to see all these bits of papers that have been, you know, scraps for many years now becoming something. That's it. The size was a bit more than I wanted. I'll go with that one for now. I can always trim it down later. Got two lots of that together. Oh, that's a nice one. So yeah, you can, if you're new to making journals, you leave that one that way. It's a piece of wallpaper as well. This is a great way, you know, just get loads of scraps of paper from, you know, it can be magazines, it can be anything, from anywhere. Make yourself a collage board or a masterboard. You know, it doesn't matter if you go wrong, as they say, because kind of the go wrong look is what you're looking for. Shove you that way. So that's a plain one that we can just put paper on should we wish. There we go. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely grungy piece. Yep. This piece of Franken paper. The holes did just miss that. Which way shall we have you? Let's have you that way just for changing it up. Oh, and the back. Were you back? Oh no, you weren't supposed to be the back. Is that what was supposed to be the back? It was similar to that, wasn't it? On the front. I've got it the wrong way around, got it upside down. I definitely had, well, I had more than one piece of that, didn't I? But, oh, like I say, if they're upside down and back to front, at the minute it doesn't matter because I'm about to sew them. Now, I don't think I can show you me sewing them at the minute. I know I keep teasing you and saying I am going to soon. But yeah, I'm a little, I think that was supposed to be the back. I'm a little rushed for time today, so I think it might be a bit big. So yeah, today won't be that day. Because this video's been so long in the making, I'd quite like to get it moved on a little bit today. That's it. So let's just see how many pages I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, lovely. 17, 18, 19, 20. I think I'd like a bit more gesso in them actually. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Like I say, once it's made, we can put anything we want in it. So was that the back and that the front? Yeah. I might do something on the cover, but I rather like that. So maybe it'll have something down here. Yeah, so I'll quickly, well, I don't know about quickly because it'll take me a while to sew that many, but I'll sew them, excuse me, and then we'll have a look at that before the end of the video and pop them in here, and then that will be that video, and then we'll do another one playing with it. Yeah, can't wait. Okay, so I've done 2 pages, stitched 2 pages, and then I realised I hadn't put the ring reinforcers on, which I definitely want to do, especially with this being, you know, on metal rings, because they can be quite rough on your pages. So I had a piece of lace out on my desk when I sat down to do it, so I thought, oh, that'll make a nice pocket on the front. So I very scruffily stitched that on as a pocket. I love the way that flower's coming out of it. I had to change bobbins about 10 centimetres, no, not even that, 5 centimetres in. What I'm doing is all my old bobbins, they've got colours on them, don't work in my new, you know, my proper sewing machine that I sew clothes with. So I've got loads of bobbins with colours on that I'm using up. So I'm using them up on these journals. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, and then I just went round the outside of that one. So these haven't got these on, but I will go back and put something on them. I did 2, I think, before I thought, yeah, I need to do it beforehand because the stitching comes so close to it. I don't really want to, I mean, you can stick them over the stitching, and I probably will on a couple of these. But I think they'll be much safer glued down and then stitched over. So this one, again, I just went round in a zigzag. Some of them I will, you know, cut into 4s or 3rds with the stitching. I am going to stitch on them all. Others I will go round, you know, some of the edges of the papers. Others I will just do, you know, squiggly lines. Some might just get one line down the side, but every single one will have some stitching. I just like it. So I'm not going to do that now in this video. I did just want to show you, if you don't have these, I have a huge box of these. I have just thrown them all over my other desk. Would you believe? Yes, you would. Behind my big computer, so I'm going to have to go dig those out when I've finished here. But if you don't have those, you can still reinforce your pages. So I've just grabbed another one in, still got the book page on the back, but I'm going to put it in. I'll add it in, and you know, we'll either gesso on it or put something on it when we're working in it. I also found an envelope sitting on my desk which I thought I would like to put in, so I've simply punched that, so that will just go in amongst the pages. So just stick a couple of these on here for you to, not that you really need somebody to show you how to stick ring reinforcers on, do you? Right, the glue hasn't been open for 10 days. Nice. I really must get a new lid for it. Let's see how we go. So I'm going with all odds, colours, sizes, shapes. Oh, you are coming out. I wasn't sure. On these, just to go with the rest of the eclectic look of the journal, and I love using these up. So these, I do have a punch that punches these out, but but all the different shapes and sizes. I've had 2 lots of happy mail of them from people. I'm always thrilled, or 3 I think, maybe 3 people I can think that have sent me them. Always thrilled to get them. In fact, I know Angie, who's Varian Weasel, I'll get lace and things off. She gifted me a big pack, and she did at one point have them for sale. So yeah, and she had all sorts of different colours and shapes and what have you in them. So, you know, if you're not able to do them but you want to buy some, have a look for Angie Beaumont on eBay, I believe. She might be on Etsy, I can't remember. But, you know, if you don't have those and you don't want to buy those, don't want to spend money, or you want to use junk, which junk journaling is often about, there is another way to reinforce your holes, and it is with your scraps. So let me just grab some. Must be some under here somewhere. There is. Oh, there are. Now, pretty papers. I'm not going to go across the room and get some. That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, let's use that. Pretty papers make really good ones. Or do I want to ink it? No, I'm not going to ink it. I'm just going to stick it down. Now, I need to know roughly where my hole punch is going. I think it's about there. Now you can put a big piece or a small piece. Where do you think we are? Here somewhere. You could actually make the hole and then put some paper over it and punch it again if you want it exact, you know, so you could use a much smaller piece. I'm going to put some on both sides. You could just put a long, let's do a long piece. Because this is probably going to be covered anyway. Will you fit? Not quite. No. Yeah, so you could just put a long pretty strip. We all have strips, don't we? And I don't know about you, but I've lots of strips of card in my, where do we want to be? Roughly there. Let's just put that there and there, so I can see where it's going. Because once I lift it up off the page, I won't remember. In my scraps, I'm just using stuff off the desk, which I love to do. I think somewhere about there. And obviously it's best to let it dry completely before you put a punch or anything through it. But which way up are we going? That way. Hopefully it will punch wet. Yeah. Oh, didn't quite manage it there, look, so maybe you'll take a bit more care. But it's, you know, half of it's reinforced there. That'll do me nicely. Now I can stitch around and that will catch it as well. So that will become another page with that. And I've got 2 pages done. 1, 2, that's it. And that one, oh yeah, that one's got the ring reinforcers on. So I've got to go through these now before I sew and put the ring reinforcers on. So that's where we'll leave it until next video. Gosh, I hope I was on camera there, not too far my way. And yeah, next time it'll be all ready to put into the rings and start playing with. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Oh, I'm back because I keep forgetting to tell you about this. So one day next week I will be taking part in this. It is a collaboration from Rach and Bella Crafts, featuring lots of UK YouTube creators, junk journal creators, and it is just to highlight, you know, some of the British makers around here. So it is already started because it began on the 12th of September. So if you go onto Rach and Bella Crafts, either on their YouTube channel or on their Facebook page, you will see a list of, and I will put it on my next video, a list of everybody that's taking part in this time. And yeah, we're all kind of buddying up. So there's 2 of us working together, kind of, not literally together but figuratively together. Yeah, and it's going to be fun. So like I say, there'll be quite a few out there already because it's begun a while ago. So yeah, pop over and see what's been going on if you've not caught it. There's also a kit that Rachel has kindly gifted us. What is it? Something of the manor, I've completely forgotten. Anyway, and there are some freebies to it as well. So, you know, if you want to grab the freebies from it, pop over onto her Facebook page, and all the information will be there. Just wanted to add that in at the end. Okay, see you soon. Bye.